Hey everybody, welcome in. It's the LL Sports Podcast. Talking everything spring sports with Jason Guarente, Jeff Reinhart here, LMP and Lancaster Online. Jason, there is a ton going on, and I'm going to start you with two words. Are you ready?
I think I know what they are.
Kaddel Howard.
Those are the words.
Go.
51:48 in the 400 meters.
Come on, put that in perspective, please.
Which is the fastest in the history of Pennsylvania.
That's pretty good.
It's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
We're watching one of those athletes that will be talked about 50 years from now.
Probably.
And
yeah.
will probably never be replicated in her events, no matter how long the LL runs track and field.
No.
She's one win from being a four-time state champion in the 400 meters.
Yep. She's
3.5 seconds faster than any other girl to ever run the 400 in the history of the league.
Ever.
She has the 200 record.
So she did that too.
23:36 is her PR at the LL meet, which is the fastest in league history, and she was 23:42 at districts, where she won Class 3A. So she swept the 2 in the 400.
Yep.
It's just we're talking about an Olympic level sprinter here.
Yeah, and I said that a couple of weeks ago.
We just don't know where this can go because there's injuries, there's motivation to keep training at the level required to continue to hit these numbers. But she came in as a freshman, was the best we ever saw, and just kept getting better.
Yeah, she did.
And that doesn't always happen. And you look at track and field, there are a lot of juniors who PR who never top those PRs and don't win states after they win their junior year. They don't come back their senior year and repeat the feat. It's hard to stay on top.
Yeah, it is.
And she has not only stayed on top, she has kept improving.
Yeah, this is incredible. And I saw a video of it, and she's saving her best for last. There's no doubt about that. The record was on the books since 1977.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was 8. 3.
All right.
I was not running under 1 minute in the 400 meters back then, and I couldn't do it today.
No. Oh, my God. And the girl who had the record, it was at a meet at UCLA in California. I don't know what she was doing out there, but yeah.
And when you go that far back with times, it's not fully automated time.
No,
right?
That's the other thing. It was
so who even knows? Whenever you get into the 80s and 70s with track times, you got to be a little bit suspicious of the accuracy.
Yes.
If they're it's not as precise as today, obviously.
One more go round for Kaddel at states this coming week. Other names and stuff, and give me your quick.
Well, the big one is the 100 meters.
Briley Miller,
where Briley Miller of Conestoga Valley beat Ella Petrosky.
How about that?
11:79 for Miller. Petrosky was 11:96. Petrosky has always won. This has been a rivalry because they're the same grade.
Yeah.
And Briley was never able to quite get ahead, and now she did.
Yeah, she did on the big stage.
Now she took something big, a big prize.
Yeah.
And this is such a great era that it's easy to just not appreciate the fact that we have these are the two fastest in the history of the league.
And they're sophomores.
11:74 is the record, and Petrosky set that last year, and Briley Miller was 0.05 off of that, and nobody else is, within a tenth of a second. So these are the best two to ever do it. It's a golden age in track and field, and now they'll go into states, and who knows? It flipped from leagues to districts. Yep. Petrosky won, and then Miller won. Maybe it'll flip back. You talk about a short sprint. There's very little margin for error, and things can change. The weather will be a factor. The weather does not look great this weekend.
Didn't look that far.
Cold and rainy, so that could affect things. That could change. Like a day like today, where it's hot, you would see some big time numbers posted, but we may not get this kind of day this weekend. So,
a couple of more girls things that just really jumped out at me. Schneider at Cedar Crest, District 3 record in the Jav, 154.1, won gold in the high jump, 5.5, silver in the 800. Speak to her athleticism.
2:13 in the 800, which is a great time. She was second to Vivian Salerno, who ran 2:11.20. Salerno has the league record at 2:07. She said at Westchester a couple of weeks ago, which she has the best time in the state, and Salerno's the number 1 seed in the 800. Schneider's just a unicorn. There's just no one else who combines her events at the level that she performs them. a 154 jab does not go with a 213 800.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's nuts. And then you toss in the high jump on top of it. There are girls who have done all of those events. Maddie Nyer comes to mind. She was a javelin high jump girl.
Yeah,
she didn't run the distance, but she was javelin high jump, but not at the level that Eliana Schneider is doing it.
No, amazing.
And she's another one that she doesn't have a state championship, so that's something she's gunning for. There's a girl out from Perkiomen Valley in the javelin that's going to be tough to beat, but that's the one sort of crown jewel of her career that she doesn't quite have yet, so we'll see if she can knock that off the list.
Schneider and Howard doing stuff at Crest. Reagan Gates, Pequot Valley freshman.
Yeah,
wins the mile and the 2 mile.
This happens every year. There's AA kids who you don't really hear about.
True.
Because they can't win the league. Yeah. Because they're running up against the
Salerno and Petrosky.
The AAA, especially in distance. Like AAA distance runners are crazy good. So, she's running a 5'11", 1600, which won't win the LL, but it'll win 2A. And then she added the 3200 sweep. She was a little over 11 minutes there. Mm-hmm. And she's a freshman, and that's not unusual on the girls' side. Mm-hmm. Kids show up as freshmen, and they compete right away. So we'll see how low she could take those numbers. I thought the 1600 on the girls' side, the LL didn't win that. Mm-hmm. We had 3 girls who broke 5 minutes in the same race.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's probably never happened, 3 in the same race. It's pretty hard to get under 5 minutes. Carolyn Main at McCaskey, Kenzie Wamsher at Cedar Crest, and Kyla Atterbury at Manheim Township were 2, 3, 4, and they were all within a second or so of each other. Wow. That is... The distance running gets better every year. And what used to be extraordinary, like getting under 9 minutes for the boys in the 3200, now it happens almost every year because the training's better and the diet's better and all of that. So that's the one thing that just keeps improving.
So Gates gets the double girls. Furmansky, our guy, wins the mile and the 2 boys.
What's interesting, 4:15 in the 1600, 9:17 in the 3200. I looked at the heat sheets. Okay. He's not running the 1600 at States.
Oh, for real?
He's going to focus on the 32.
Just the 32.
And that's pretty typical. It's hard to run both because at that level, the competition's so good.
It's great.
So he chose to focus on the 32. The 9:17 places him 10th on the heat sheet, but I would not say that that's where he's expected to finish. Okay. I think he's trying to bust one out here and put up his all-time 3200 PR and see where that puts him on the board. There's 2 boys from Lower Merion. I believe they're twin brothers. They have the same last name, who are both under 9 minutes.
Oh, under 9.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's where Adam Kingston was. He was in the low 850s when he won last year. It's going to probably take sub 9 to win 3A. I mean, again, weather permitting, who knows. But so he'll have to really lower his time from districts. But again, when you're running the 16 and the 32, you're not posting your best number. You're posting what you need to win, and that's what he did. He ran both races to win, and he won them both. So now I think he's going all out to see what the best number he can post in the 2 mile is.
There you go. 2 shout-outs from me. Carson Spangler, Lancaster Catholic boys, wins the long jump.
Yeah, he's a 2-time All-State soccer player, by the way. Oh. He was the striker for Lancaster Catholic, who won 2 district titles and was a starter when they went to the state final.
McCaskey girls win the team title for the 4th time in a row. Congratulations, Tornado.
Their depth is incredible.
That's crazy. And I don't think they had any baton issues.
No.
I hope.
No. They also have they're the number 1 seed in the states in the 400 relay. 400 relay, 47-23.
Awesome.
Salerno's number 1. Petrosky's going to medal. So they're not out of the state running as a team.
Should we be alarmed that Sofia Rivera did not get a gold at districts?
It's surprising.
A little bit.
Yeah, but that, like I said, that happens. Yeah. Your junior year, you're the best of the best. Your senior year, you're not anymore.
Yep.
She didn't reach the number she typically reaches. She does the shot and discus. So it's the spin. And if your technique's off, sometimes you just have a rough day.
Yeah.
The disc number 1 distance is 136, and she's pretty routinely in the 140s. Yeah. So even though she only hit 130 at district, she could still win the state. That would not surprise me at all.
Surely. No, me neither. Anything else on district track jump out at you? Because we could talk about track for a half hour.
Well, we'll mention David Moran, who swept the 800 and 1600 in 2A boys. Anvil Cleona Sr., he's a state champ in the 800 last year. Dominic Wentling.
Anvil,
59 feet.
He's
the
a
shot
stud.
put.
I saw pictures of him. He's a big boy.
59 in double A.
That's pretty good.
That's the number 2 seed. The only kid ahead of him is 59-2. So he's in the running for a state championship. But, like I said, just because you threw 59 this week, you can come back and throw 57 or you can go back and throw 61.
You never know.
So
it's a fickle event.
Yeah, it's just, and it's about weather and it's about how you're feeling that day. It's like anything in track, but he's definitely a contender for a state title. The one thing I want to mention, the 100 girls.
100 girls.
There's a Cheltenham girl named Amira Nesmith who's running at 11:47.
Oh, my.
So it's going to be hard for the LL to win the 100 meters. The race of the weekend will be Nesmith, who runs the 200 against Kaddel Howard.
Against Kaddel.
Because Kaddel runs 23 range, 23.4, and Nesmith is 23.7.
Wow.
So, but Kaddel has the tougher day because she's got to run the competitive 400 and come back. So
Kaddel has reached Bono, Cher, Prince status.
Yeah,
it's Kaddel.
Yeah, and you get the feeling that she could probably just find whatever gear she needs. But this Amira Nesmith girl, she's incredible. 11:47 I mean, that's the kind of girl that could beat Kaddel Howard if anybody out there could do it. So we'll see. And she runs the shorter sprint. So you're going about top end speed versus, one lap speed, which are two different things. I would be fascinated to see what Kaddel could do in like the 800, for example. Like she runs 51 in the 400. Could she run like 205 in the 800?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't bet against her.
Yeah,
probably not.
She's not training for that, but I mean, I bet she could probably run one of the fastest 800 times we ever saw.
I don't doubt it. State track is Thursday,
Friday, Saturday.
Thursday starts Thursday.
Friday,
Saturday.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend at Ship, 2-day event. All day, starts at 9 a.m. both days, and it is a madhouse. There's a million people there, and you can just sit and watch some of the greatest athletes in the state perform.
Yes, I always enjoyed covering state track. Are you going to go? I'm
going to go watch Kaddel, I think, yeah.
Okay.
I want to see her, see if she can complete the sweep and then talk to her for maybe a feature story down the line.
She's probably worth a feature story down the line.
She's okay.
Not bad.
And she's leaving town, so she's going to Florida, so...
Watch her now.
This will be the last chance we have to see her.
Okay. Enjoy state track. We'll see how the LL crew does. Lacrosse. Okay, let's go Lax. They're into districts. Last week, after we last spoke, Manheim Township boys beat Cocalico 14-7, 5th championship in a row for the Streaks. Brock Meglick, 4 goals to lead Township. Township boys winning a 5th straight LL championship. Surprised?
No. I mean, some people thought LS, which is the number 1 seed in 2A, could give them a run.
Yeah.
Township just has the pedigree, and this is their goal. And if you hang with them in the regular season, maybe that's not indicative of how this game's going to go because they're geared up for it, and they're just better than everyone else in the LL at Lacrosse.
Yes, they flex their muscles there.
They're also the number 1 seed in 3A.
They are. So. Girls Championship, also last week. Township girls beat Hempfield, their arch rival, 16-8 in that game. Lexi Kaufman scored her 200th career goal, 16 titles in a row for the Streaks. Not surprised.
No, I mean, it's one of those things where you take it for granted because it's so routine. Too bad. It's kind of like Kaddel Howard. She has to post a 51-48 for you to go, wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the most amazing achievements in the LL to win the league championship.
16.
Every year since 2010.
That's nuts.
You figure there'd be one year where somebody else has a dream team, like their all-time great team.
Yeah.
You have an off year. I mean, they lost their best player.
Yeah,
who was the best player in the state, Liv Palmer, a Division I recruit to North Carolina, and they're still twice as good as the rest of the league.
I can't even fathom that. And we'd have to go through a lot of books to find any team in any sport that has won 16, not 16 sections in a row, championships.
It's never happened. It's impossible.
No, that's
the
crazy.
league's only 52 years old. So
yeah, that's absolutely crazy.
So they're the 2 in 3A, and Hempfield's the 4. So they would not see each other in the semis, but in Hempfield would have to play number 1 Cumberland Valley, which is undefeated. So I wonder if Cumberland Valley Township is the big matchup in District 3, 3A.
District 3 boys still dancing. Township 1 seed, Hempfield and Penn Manor in 3A. LS, the number 1 seed, Garden Spot and Cocalico in 2A Garden Spot won a district game. Was that like their first district win ever, did I read?
Yeah, and they have to play LS now.
That's right.
It'd be the I think they're the 8 or the 9 versus the 1 seed. In 3A, Townships 1, Penn Manor's 2, and Hempfield's 5.
Interesting.
So there's a pretty good chance the LL could emerge from that bracket with the champion.
I don't doubt that. District 3 girls still alive. Township, Hempfield, and Cedar Crest in AAA. LS is the only 2A girls team left, and they have to play the 1 seed, Twin Valley. I got a fun lacrosse note in my email inbox this week. Sophia Lebrecq, we talk about her a lot, LS, and they're still alive. 475 career points. That's pretty good.
I can't even put that in perspective. I need some perspective on that. Like what?
475.
Yeah, that's insane.
And they have at least another district game. If I don't know if they'd end up in the consolation bracket, but 25 more points in 2 matches. And if they make states, I mean,
it's harder in the spring to make states, though. You usually have to make the semifinals or the championship match.
Interesting.
To get through. It's not like basketball where you get to play forever.
Forever and ever, especially if you're 5A. Okay. Volleyball. LL League Championship was last week. Hempfield 3, Conestoga Valley 1. 25th championship in 31 appearances for Hempfield.
Did they win 16 in a row? Okay.
Not in a row.
Okay.
Not in a row.
If they didn't do it, no one did it.
Yeah. When you say they've won 25, you might think, but I'm sure there was a run in there that was crazy, but I don't know about 16 off the top of my head. George Agatis, Section 1 MVP. He was out of his mind in the championship. 13 kills, 10 digs, 8 aces. He had 4 aces. Hempfield was down 19-14 in the 4th. CB won the 3rd to make him sweat, and CB's up 5 in the 4th set, looking to make a 5th.
You're thinking do or die game 5.
And the Hempfield guys are walking around in their eyes, and I'm like, oh boy, CB's in their heads. Agatis ripped 4 aces in a 9-0 run.
Wow.
And they came back and won. CB was without Charlie Kirchmar from Prague. He was the Section 2 MVP, had a foot injury in the semifinals. He was in a boot. Sorry, Charlie, he did not get to play in the final, but CB was there for the first time since 2008. District 3 playoffs start on Tuesday. AAA, Hempfield's in. CB plays Cocalico in a rematch from Section 2 this year. Effort is in. Warwick is in. 2A, Mannheim Central's in. They're the defending champ. Northern Lebanon is in. Linville Hill Christian and New Covenant Christian from Lebanon are also in 2A. Baseball. There's a lot going on in baseball. Do tell. Fill in the blanks.
Well, we haven't talked since the league final.
Yes.
Which was a remarkable night at Penn Medicine Park where we had this half double header where we had to finish the 1 semifinal game and then play the championship immediately afterward. And it couldn't have been a better night. LS was up 7-3 in the 7th inning, squandered the lead, and then hit a walk-off to go to the championship. Cole Sheehan, the son of John Sheehan, who is the Millersville coach and was a great LS player once upon a time, puts one into the porch at what used to be Clipper Magazine Stadium. Just a no-doubter. I mean, these kids have some big-time power. So he wins it in a walk-off, and then they play scoreless into the 9th inning before Township scratches across 2 runs to win the league championship. Mannheim Township's 3rd in the last 5 seasons.
Nice.
3 days later,
gone.
Township's eliminated. Baseball is tough.
Streaks. Come on, man.
Look at this. Here, I was thinking about what they went through. They played Mannheim Central, which is still in it.
Yeah.
Northern Lebanon, which was undefeated and is the number 1 seed in 4A. And then they played LS, which is a Class 5A state contender. They beat them all, and then they got to play Muhlenberg, which was the Berks County runner-up. So that's 4 games in 8 days, 7 days.
It's tough.
It's hard to keep winning in baseball. And they had a bad day in the field. They made a bunch of errors, and it's over just like that.
My favorite stat from the LL baseball playoffs, Township scored 6 runs in 3 games and won. 2-0,
2-1, 2-0. And the kid who scored the go-ahead run has not batted this season. He's a pinch runner.
You wrote a great story about him.
A senior who came back to play baseball after a 3-year absence, Logan Garman. He had an elbow injury, and his dad passed away, and he quit baseball, and he came back, and he had that magical moment, which was probably the highlight of the LL portion of the season.
Good on that kid. Who's still left? Who's got a shot?
We got 6. We got Pequea Valley in 3A at Berks Catholic. That's the 6-3 game. Pequea's the higher seed, or the lower seed, number 6 seed. Middletown is at Northern Lebanon. That's the 8-1 game in 4A. Redlands at LS. Redland knocked out Donegal, so LS is in the quarters again.
Okay.
And they're the defending 5A champ. They're the 5 seed. Redland's the 13. And Mannheim Central, which is the 6, is traveling to Greencastle.
Enjoy that ride.
It's a long trip, but they can win that game. They have 2 pitchers, and they can hit enough, and they're dangerous. So it would not surprise me if they get through. In 6A, we have Cedar Cliff at Hempfield. That's the 8-1 game. Those are the last 2 state champions in 6A.
How about that?
Cedar Cliff won it last year. Hempfield won it 2 years ago. And Cedar Cliff beat Hempfield in semis of districts last year, which was Hempfield's first loss. So they wrecked Hempfield's dreams of back-to-back, and now they'll play each other in the quarterfinals.
And that's win in advance, lose, you're done?
Top 4. You got to make the semis in baseball. And then the other 6A game is Mechanicsburg at Ephrata.
Okay.
You talk about how the regular season matters. Ephrata gets a bye, even though they didn't play
make the league playoffs.
They're the 2 seed, and they have an ace, Cameron Sims,
who's really good,
who could pitch 2 of the 3 games if they were to make a run here.
How about that?
And it's a much different road than the one Township had, where they had to play 3 playoff games and then play another district game 3 days later. So effort has been sitting around.
They're waiting to go.
So we'll see if they, rust in baseball. But
if I've learned one thing over the years with baseball and listening to you and Mike Gross for so many years, you kind of throw the seeds out.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter in baseball.
Yeah, because you could have a bad day. You could, like Township had a bad day in the field, and they could just have a stud pitcher, and then it's over. Like you fall behind. Muhlenberg made the Berks County Finals. You fall behind, and their number 1 pitcher is throwing darts. You can't. It's hard to come back from 3 runs down.
Yeah,
and that's what happens. Is it's easier to meet a team in the second round a lot of times because you're not getting their number 1.
They're not.
guy.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Interesting.
We have a chance. The game. The quarterfinals are today, and the championship games are on Memorial Day. The 4A, 5A, 6A. We could potentially be in all of those games, or at least 1 or 2 of them. Memorial
Day. Okay, let's stay on the diamond.
Also at Penn Medicine.
Softball, LL champs, Solanco 10, Lancaster Catholic 0.
Back-to-back for Solanco.
Back-to-back. Solanco's 23-0. They repeat, and they get their 6th LL title. Kira Rourke, one of our favorites, 5-hit shutout. Delaney Gote hit a home run. This stat blew my mind. Ava Fedoric has 53 RBIs for Solanco. 53 in 23 games.
She was telling me the story about how she started softball. Yeah. Like her mom was at the fair down in Solanco, and there was like a flyer for, hey, sign up for softball when she was a little kid. And you're going to play softball. And she did, and now she's one of the best. She's an all-state player.
53.
She's also 6 feet tall and plays shortstop, which tells you what kind of athlete she is.
Okay. Solanco is 31-2 in their last 33 games.
Yeah, well, they had that good back-to-back undefeated through the league playoffs.
Yes.
That's an incredible feat.
12 LL softball teams in districts. Township, Crest, Conestoga Valley, Hempfield, Penn Manor, Solanco, E-Town, Donegal, Warwick, LS, Northern Lebanon, and Lancaster Catholic. So 12 teams in districts. I would think Solanco's got a shot.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Okay, good stuff on the diamond. Tennis, we're down to states. Not a whole lot of tennis guys left. Nobody advanced in the team tournament. I think everybody that was in it lost early. Tennis state finals, Friday, Saturday at the Hershey Racket Club. Are you ready? I can never say this kid's name right. I'm waiting for the email from somebody. AAA singles, 3 guys. Ryan Palinjan from Mannheim Township, Braylon Garcia, the LL champ from Hempfield, and Julian Snell from McCaskey made states.
Wow, good for him.
That's pretty awesome. 1 doubles team, that's it. It's in AA. Nolan Stoltzfus and Jack Feaster from Pequea Valley. So 5 kids will play 3 singles matches and a doubles match in state tennis. Any notables from you?
I think that's it. One thing that always strikes me is the end comes fast.
It's here. It's like bang. Here we are.
You think,
it's almost
there's
June.
A lot of season left, and you have to win 2 district games in the bat and ball sports to keep going. And and it's hard. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you win, you get into states, you play into mid-June potentially, but you could also be done now. And that's the one thing that strikes me.
And that's hard too for the seniors because like that's it. Like the township baseball team, like there's no way they thought that was going to be their last game.
Yeah, well, I talked to them. That was a tough matchup. They were concerned about that matchup, but they thought they could win the game, obviously. But the 11th seed in 6A went to the Berks County final.
Wow.
Like, that's how deep the field is. It's
deep.
extremely difficult to advance.
Wow. A couple notables. Feel free to comment if you have anything. Brody Reber, Warwick swimmer, state champ kid, really good, is going to Michigan.
Big time.
That's big time.
He won a state title as a sophomore, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. So he'll be a senior next year. Mr. Reber will go to Michigan. Football notables. Football, Jace.
Never ends.
Never ends. Or it's just starting. Take your pick. It's either the end or it's starting again. The East-West games were Sunday at Cumberland Valley. East wins both. Lancaster Catholic's Brandon Way scored a touchdown with 30 seconds to go to give the East a win in the small school game. Doug Doms, the Wilson coach, coached the East team big school, and they won 14-10. So Mr. Way and Mr. Doms, congrats. The Tri-County LL All-Star football game is this Friday at Manheim Central at 7 o'clock. I'll see you there. Covering football on Friday.
In the middle of spring sports playoffs.
Yeah, and the state track finals. The Big 33 game is on Sunday. Jack Kneff, the quarterback from Township, and Brady Bisco, the kicker from Hempfield, were picked originally. Darius Dixon, the wide receiver from Township, got called up to play in that.
He's really good.
Game.
I'm
really
surprised he didn't make it on the first try.
Yeah, a lot of people were surprised. And he actually played in the East-West game, and they're going to let him play also in the Big 33 because they couldn't add a kid late in East-West, and they had a week or two to get a kid for the Big 33. So Dixon will play in that. May football. Oh, my. What's on your plate this week?
A lot of baseball.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The quarterfinals are Monday night. We're taping on a Monday, and then the semis are Thursday. So I'll be at LS today, and then scooting over to Ephrata, which plays a night game.
Double dip.
Because Ephrata, the lights are always on at the War.
Yes, they are.
They like to play at night.
Yes, they do.
It'll be fun to see 2 games in one day, and we'll see if we can get some teams in the state tournament. We had 2 teams reach the state semifinals last year, so you get into states, you can make a run. You get the right matchup, you have the right pitching, everybody's motivated, all that stuff.
Crapshoot. Wednesday is the Breckville Awards Luncheon.
Yes.
The LL League will hand out its Student Athlete of the Year award. We will have that covered. Stay tuned for those winners. That's always interesting. And I'll be at volleyball this week, and then whatever else pops up for the next couple of weeks. Okay, we're out of time. LL Sports Podcast. For Jason Guarente, Jeff Reinhart here, LMP and Lancaster Online. Thank you, Tyler. Enjoy the playoffs, gang. And we will talk to you next week. Thanks.